Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys could join us once again. For those tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad to have all of you joining us today. We're going to connect with our friends over on IG, so they can be a part of our conversation today. Our next guest is actually on Instagram as well, so that'll be great. And then we're going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live as well, because it's Prime Days. So we're excited about the kickoff of that. So glad you all could be joining us as we're kicking off Prime Days 2025. And we're now live on the Amazon Live platform for Cyrus Webb Presents. Happy Prime Day to all of you out there who are celebrating, which hopefully all of you have your Prime account. If not, you can take advantage of the free trial. So make sure you all do that so you can take care of a lot of the great deals and specials that are out there that are happening this week. If you're new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. You also will see some of the books by our next guest, the ones that he didn't remove, and that is Earl Hall. We're excited to welcome Earl Hall back to our broadcast today, guys. He's the author of books like, what is it, Earl? Like this book right here, Align with Your Purpose, Mind Your Business, how authors can position themselves for bestseller success, which he's done that, becoming a voice actor, you all can see that, and he also has his newest book for voiceover artists as well. I want to talk to Earl not only about the amazing work he's been able to do with Earl Hall Studio, but also what he hopes his books are able to do for people of different industries. Earl, my friend, welcome back to the broadcast, man.
Thank you, Cyrus. Glad to be here.
Well, look, it's always a pleasure. Hello to you. Just One Victory over there on IG. Goddaddy T, hello to you as well. See you guys already over there on Amazon. Appreciate the love and the hearts over there. Again, if you guys have any questions or comments for Earl, make sure you guys put those in the chat. Earl Hall is our guest. He is also a media personality. So I think when he first came on, he thought maybe I was going to be the guest because he was trying to tell me different things. But Earl, I'm so glad you remember what place you're in this. Man, let's talk about this this month. We are now officially halfway through 2025, man. You've been doing a lot with the Earl Hall Show, with your work with Earl Hall Studio. Of course, you've been promoting your books and targeting different audiences there. What has it been like for you to see the different things that Earl Hall and Earl Hall Studio has been up to this year?
Well, it's been a quick half year already. It's gone by so fast. So much has happened. I have to give a shout out to the people that are supportive of me, the followers that I have, and really just trying to learn them so that I can actually provide to them what they want, which is, a challenge for a lot of entrepreneurs. But for me, it's been an ongoing learning process to really try and tap into the audience that is there for me so that I can be there for them.
Love that. Robert Blake Whitehill, good to be able to see you over there on IG. Robert, glad you could be able to join us as well. I think that you bring up a really good point, Earl. That can be a challenge for all of us, especially when we do different things. But it also, you and I have had several conversations, both on the air, but also just in our personal chats together, about the importance of, is what we're doing for ourselves or for the audience? What has that been like for you to reconcile that not everything that Earl Hall likes to do may be the thing for his audience or his current audience at the time?
Well, it's been a smack in the face over the years, quite honestly. It's like, and I do think you're absolutely correct. A lot of entrepreneurs try and do the things that they're interested in, just kind of giving this caveat there. Obviously, you want to do things that you're interested in, but if you're posting and the audience is not responsive to that post or those types of posts in the way that maybe you would want them to be, you have to assess where it is that you are and what it is that you're doing. So many times, I believe, because I've been guilty of this, entrepreneurs will double down on what doesn't work, thinking they just need to do more of that, as opposed to just looking at the analytics, the data that all of us have access to on our back offices for all these platforms. It tells your story. It tells you what people want, what people are interested in. And so many times we do not pay attention to that. And I think that's a key thing.
Love that. Dr. Claire, hello to you over there on Facebook. She says this is good information. Earl does share a lot of great information. Dr. Claire, I'm glad you could join us. I think we caught him early enough in the day where this is gonna be a really clear conversation, and so he's gonna really stay on point, and I appreciate that.
Cyrus,
Earl,
the fact that we're friends and that we do this type of banter, I'm trying to refrain from the banter. in this interview, but
Well,
people know.
that's because your banter typically includes expletives
Eh,
and name calling.
well, true.
So you would have to refrain because yours is not always PG, you know.
Oh boy.
So but Earl, let's talk about the books I just so happen to strategically have beside me now. Mind your business and align with your purpose. I want to talk about the two being not mutually exclusive of each other because I think for a lot of people, it all begins with knowing purpose. Is that something that in 2025 Earl Hall is more clear on exactly what your purpose is and being aligned with that, not only personally but professionally?
It's been a constant road and a constant journey for me. And really I think what's helping me to do that and align with my purpose is really what we just talked about, which is what do people want from you? Because they're telling you that by their action or inaction. They're
Right.
telling you by the like, the comment, the share, or
Hmm.
the lack of it, right?
Hmm.
So when you can see what people are drawing on you for, that's a key indicator that that's what you're here for,
Right.
if that's the case. And so when you're looking to align with your purpose, social media is a great thing. You can love it or you can hate it, but it is here.
Right.
And your Facebook feed, your Instagram feed, all of that stuff shows you what you're all about because those are the things that you're liking. Everybody's feed does not look the same at all. So, social media is a key indicator of not only who it is that you are, but who it is that you should be talking to based on who's responding to what you're posting and putting out.
Mhm. One of the things that you posted about recently, and I think it's so important, is that you have to be able to build community. Everything cannot be about selling. Talk to us about that balance for you as you've been minding your own business, but also helping other people because you also are a coach or also. What has it been like for you to share with them that they have to do more than just say, buy this, sign up for this, click here, that they really have to be able to build community?
It is a it is a balancing act. I mean, kind of if I even look at, I mean, I have the book back here on my shelf somewhere, Jab Jab Right Hook from Gary Vaynerchuk. And you've got to be giving information that people want. So when you look at between giving helpful information that is going to help people and then also selling your product or service around that help that you're giving, you should be jabbing more than you're right hooking on these things. You know, using your stories, using your reels, using your YouTube channel, with the YouTube shorts. I think shorts are a key place to give that free and vital information.
Hmm.
Long form video is for teaching and showing that same thing in a longer format, going deeper with your audience in order to be able to show them how you can help them with a product or service that you have.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned you're being a coach. I mean, you are a teacher at heart. What has it been like for you to balance that? Because everyone doesn't want a teacher. Sometimes you and I've had these conversations too that, Earl Hall Studio has a lot of different services, and you are one of those people who, and I have been like this too, who wants to show people how to do things. What has it been like for you to find that balance of how you can be able to teach when it is something that is required, but also just to provide the services that people need from you?
I think with that, you have to look at the individual platforms because it is a balancing act. And now we're in a situation where it's not just the individual platforms, it's the individual products that platform has for you. For instance, you've got stories, you've got reels, you've got images, you've got long format video. So figuring out where to do what for me has been one of my challenges because I do like to teach and inform, and it's usually been a longer conversation. Creating shorter form content has been something I've really had to dig into and learn
Hmm.
how to do and to utilize those short form platforms and videos and carousels to be able to inform inspire, and teach.
Yeah. Robert on IG says, brilliant point. Hello to you. I'm probably going to get this wrong. I don't know if it's S. Hander 2015 or Shander 2015. Either way, I'm glad that you could join us over there on IG. Iggy 6700, hello to you as well. I see you guys also over there on Amazon. So if you guys have any questions or anything for Earl, make sure you guys do put those in the chat. Earl loves to be able to share information. So make sure you guys do let us know if you guys have any questions there. I'm giving you a plug there. Earl. See what I
Yeah, it
did there.
sounded like a dig, but
Oh,
okay.
did it? Well, sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But Earl's books, again, the ones that are still live on Amazon, you all can be able to see. I've been highlighted them as we've been talking here because Earl, what I'm just saying,
Yeah.
because I have books that you wrote that are not on them. I'm just saying the ones that are currently. What did I say something wrong? Well, for
Mhm.
those who are just tuning in, welcome. Y'all are watching Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live as we are celebrating Prime Days this week. We also are talking with Earl Hall. He's a voiceover artist, he's a media personality, he's also a coach, as I mentioned earlier, and a best selling author. So, Earl, I want to talk about Earl Hall, the author. When I met you over a decade ago, you were doing a lot of things. Writing books was not one of them. What has it been like for you to kind of see what you've been able to do in the world of books and what the response has been like?
Well, the response to the books, I mean, I have 5 bestsellers. All of them, the 3 that you have on your desk are all bestsellers on Amazon. And being able to attain that status has been something really inspiring for me. There's one book you don't have, which is this one called Steps to Voiceover Success.
Mhm.
That was the first book that I wrote, and it still blows up on Amazon with pretty much no promotion of it. It's word of mouth, it's buzz. So it continues to sell. And to see the response of the audience to the books that I've put out has encouraged me to know, okay, this is something that they want. In particular, to be quite honest, my voiceover books.
Mhm.
Those are the ones that, I mean, they just go and just continue to go. The other books, the ones that you have on your desk, align with your purpose, mind your business. Those are books that I'm looking at starting to do more with on like a LinkedIn platform. And that goes back to knowing your audience and knowing where to post and what to post and if that post is going to fit that audience,
Right.
right? So a lot of the experience of being an author and writing books has taught me a lot in many different areas of my own business on how to continue to pursue it.
What has been the most difficult aspect of Earl Hall Studio in 2025 when it comes to recognizing the audience for a particular part of your business? What's been the most difficult for you?
It is that whole thing. Quite honestly, but to be specific about it, it is so many of us have this thing of copying paste and pasting, right?
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to put this on Facebook and I'm going to put the same thing over here on LinkedIn. Two different types of folks are there,
Mhm.
right? I've done that. I still do it from time to time. Because it's one of those things. I think you call it checking a box,
Mhm.
and we need to get out of that habit of checking the box. So these are the things that I continue to learn about and want to alter and change and adjust how it is I'm doing depending on, or what it is that I'm doing depending on the platform, because that becomes very key.
What platform today in 2025 do you feel the most comfortable on and why?
YouTube. It was the first platform I really dug into and got on. Um, it's the platform that has given me the most back from what I give,
Mhm.
right? So because I can do, I mean, back in the day when I started in like 2009, there was no shorts on YouTube. There was no image posting on YouTube. It was just basically long format video,
Mhm.
right? And so that's where I really got my chops and the experience to really learn how to talk to an audience, both in recorded video, but especially in a live setting.
Mhm.
It really taught me a lot about how to interact. And I'm actually going back and looking at a lot of those videos and pulling data from it to see
Mhm.
why that particular live stream or whatever did so well. And again, all the data, all the information you want is in the data. It's
Right.
in your analytics, and we need to pay attention to it.
So true. Angela Anderson, hello to you. She says hello to you as well,
Hey,
Earl.
hey.
So that brings up a really interesting point because you talked about voiceover, and you and I've had conversations about this. In fact, in the description people see, I have voiceover artist. What has that been like for you to realize the different ways that that title applies to you? And I'm asking you that for yourself, but also so our audience can think about this too, because you are a voiceover artist, even though you don't talk a whole lot about voiceover. What has that been like for you to show people that a lot of times it's not just about what you're talking about, it is about what you're doing in your business?
Well, it is one of the things that I've started talking to more in my post to voiceover artists about the different ways in order to utilize that skill to
Hmm.
build a business upon. And it's why I wrote my latest book. You don't have it up there, but the one down here in green, basically how to use your voiceover skills, basically. And voiceover has taught me from the beginning so much about business because I use my voice every day. A lot of people that may even be watching this, depending on the platform they're on right now, that follow you, know me as someone that creates promo videos.
Hmm.
Now, in the context of creating the promo videos, it's more than just creating the visuals, it's creating the voice that
Hmm.
goes with that. And the voice that I use is so important, along with the background music, graphics, things of that nature. But when you're a voice actor, a lot of times you get stuck in a mold of thinking that I can just do this one type of thing because I'm a voice actor.
Hmm.
And I've proven to myself that that's not the case. When
Right.
when I think about the skills that come with voice acting, the tonality that you use, the pauses that you use, and this is whether you're teaching a class, whether you're doing a live stream like this right now. I'm actually using voiceover skills to be engaging with the people that are watching. It's a skill set that I think if a lot of people learned how to do, utilize their voice out of not out of the traditional way of using it to actually inspire and help people, it's going to take them to a deeper level. At least it has me.
Yeah. Hello to you. I think it's pronounced Joy Massenberg. If you can let me know if that's correct. Hello to you over there on IG. Like you can join us. So, with that being said, and I'm setting all of this up, Earl, to talk about one of the things you've been posting about a lot, especially on Facebook for those joining us on Facebook, and that is about, as you mentioned, the promo videos that you're doing. I know you're doing a special right now for those. Talk about those because one of the things I've heard you say is that, and I know you've had customers who've gotten your promo videos. Talk to us about the use of them and also how people who get them should be using them and the benefits of getting a promo video.
Well, with the package that we're running right now throughout the month of July, you're going to get a 30-second promo video. You're going to get two cartoonized photos that if you follow me on Facebook, you've seen them all over the place, and two professional AI photos to use like on your profile pictures and things of that nature. When I create these promo videos, and there's so much that goes into it, I probably have to create some sort of behind the scenes thing to actually show the literal work that goes into doing these things. But when I see the response of the people that get them, it's always like great. It's one of the things, if you have an ego like I do, it just keeps you hype to see the response from the customers that continue to come, and repeat customers, new customers, and all of that. And then when you look at, or when I see how people are utilizing them, or I should say not utilizing them,
Mm.
is an issue to me. And even though I've made some content around that, I don't think that we completely understand the use of it. You and I talk about posting all the time. That's one of the topics we talk about every day. And we had a conversation this morning about some of the posts that maybe I should make. They don't utilize reposting, right? A couple of times a week. If you haven't, here's the biggest pet peeve. So I'll leave it with this. If you're an author or you're promoting a product or a service, and it's coming out Friday, you starting to promote it Monday is nowhere near long enough. It's not.
Mm.
It has to be done at a minimum of 8 weeks. I'm just going to put it that if you're launching something, a book, a product, or a service, we've got to start talking about these things way in advance. So when you do want a promo video that I can create for you, you want that way before launch day. And
Mm.
it needs to be starting promoting it minimum of 2 months,
Mm.
right? So this goes, I mean, we can get a whole conversation about Amazon. I mean, it's Prime Day, right? I mean, so I mean, even promoting what it is that you have to sell, look at how long Amazon has been promoting Prime Days coming.
Yeah.
Look how long Wicked has been promoting the movie that's not coming out until October,
Mhm.
right? Cyrus Webb just mentioned his book that's coming out in October. We've got to be thinking about these things when it comes to promotions, utilizing promo videos and things of that nature.
Yeah, it's a really great point, and but that goes into another thing, Earl, that I know you really become a master of. Robert says two promo wizards sharing the wisdom. Well, that's very kind of you. I'm not really a promo wizard. Earl is very good at this. Earl is very good at what he does. I give him a hard time because he deserves it, but he is very good at what he does. But in one of the gifts that he has, Robert, is his gift of extraordinary lack of patience. So let's talk about your gift of extraordinary lack of patience. I don't want to lie and say you have patience because that would be disingenuous, Earl.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And we believe in
mm-hmm.
honesty and truth here in this space. So, how have you, as an individual who has that lack of patience that you recognize, how have you then been able to reconcile that with the way you post and the way you promote?
It's kind of like a virus. I have it, but it is dormant because of the meds I take. Right? I know I don't take meds, but I'm giving an example. I
Okay, I
know
thought we were getting some breaking news here. I didn't. I was about to say my breaking, my exclusive.
I know that I have a lack of patience,
Okay.
but the less I feed it, the weaker it gets.
Hmm.
So I recognize that it is there.
Hmm.
It's kind of like I have type 2 diabetes, right?
Hmm.
I know that I can't eat a lot of sugar. It's going to spike my blood sugar levels up. So I know how to maintain that.
Hmm.
With my patients, it's there, but I have to not put it into action,
Okay.
which is not easy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's one of those things too. And I think people get excited, right? I mean, people get excited about things, but we all know the danger. I remember, um, well, I didn't have this problem, but I've heard of people talk about like their kids, like for Christmas, they would be so excited about getting a brand new toy, so they were counting down to Christmas came. They played with it for like 30 minutes, and they were on to the next thing again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it really shows not only I think the lack of appreciation that can happen for what we have, but also how much we truly care about it, right? And I think that's very obvious for people. Whether you're talking about the way they post, the things they post about, you able to tell a lot about someone about how they care about what they do by what they're posting, and also
Mm-hmm.
what they don't post. And I think that's also one of the things. So, Earl, you mentioned, of course, the package you have right now. You've been doing a whole lot with AI. Is that an ebook or something you see yourself coming out with to talk about the different ways that entrepreneurs and content creators can use AI?
You see how he just did that? You
Well,
see how
I just asked a
you see
question, sir.
how he just wanted to like use Inception to cause me to want to write. No, but that is in my mind to do at some point. I've been utilizing AI since ChatGPT came out in November of 2022,
Mhm.
and literally on a daily basis. And so I that and a plethora of other AI tools that I use. So I utilize it to build the business that I'm building, and I can see how it can be so beneficial on a very deep level for so many different types of entrepreneurs.
Mm,
But I'm still figuring out the way to not just offer the products that utilize AI, but also as a teacher, be able to teach people how to use AI. When I start creating more content around that, is probably when the book will come. Because I'll give you a secret. All of the books that I write are they basically come from the content that I produce over time.
mm,
So when I write a book, it's based on, and this is a hint, taking 20 videos that I've taught on a topic, transcribing those topics, and then formatting that into a book.
mm,
So as I teach more about what I know, because that's all I do is I only teach what I know. As I continue to do that, the book will come. Maybe that's a 2026 project.
okay. All right. So that gives us here. So when he posted about it in September, y'all can say, um, oh, it's 2026 already. That's
Well, I'll be promoting early. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
just said, we
We're gonna
need
make
to
sure he takes his
promote.
medicine. He'll take his medicine. So we won't have that problem. Earl Hall, everyone. This has been a great conversation with you, Earl. So glad to have you on with us during Prime. Again, everyone, Earl
Mhm.
has a lot of books here for different industries. He has a book for authors. You guys can see it here. How authors can position themselves for bestseller success. I'm going to highlight it for you guys in the carousel here on Amazon. Also, of course, you heard him mention the book. I'm going to go back and highlight it for you guys here. The new one, How to Build a Business. That's the Voiceover Success book, Earl.
Here it is.
Uh,
Here
yeah,
it is.
yeah, there it is. Voiceover skills. There it is. So you can get that one. Also, of course, Mind Your Business. All of these are in the carousel, and even this book, Becoming a Voice Actor, you can see it there in the carousel as well. Earl, how can I stay connected with you and all the things that you're up to?
www.earlhall.studio.
Okay, earlhall.studio. Earl, my friend, always a pleasure. Looking forward to our next chat together, man.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you.
More than welcome. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. More to come, including an episode of At Home with Cyrus Webb. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. For you guys joining us on Instagram, we have some special things happening for you guys all this week that have to do with Prime Days. So make sure you guys are watching out for that. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.